So what's up, guys? My name's Anthony. I'm the Quantum Personal Training Manager.
I'm Augusto, I'm an ambassador here.
And we are going to break down the proper mechanics of how to get set up for a successful squat. So what we're gonna start off with, we're gonna work from the floor up. Our foot placement, we're gonna have him line up at shoulder width apart, take about 1 step or a 1 inch step outside of that. We're gonna have him slightly angle the toes outward to go in alignment with his knees and hips. From here, we want to just start off standing nice tall with a nice tall chest. From here, what we're gonna do is work into the activation of the glutes. So what we're gonna have Augusto do is we're gonna have him screw his feet in the ground. We wanna pretend like there's a towel between his toes and he's trying to pull it apart, and his heels are screwing in the ground to where they're coming together. From there, he's locked into the ground, has a nice stable base. He's going to use that twisting motion to squeeze his cheeks. You wanna pretend like you have a $100 bill between your cheeks, you're squeezing it and you're not letting that thing go. From here, we wanna work up, make sure the hips are stacked, so we don't want his hips coming through and hyperextending. We want them to be back enough to where it's going to allow his upper body to sit in alignment above where the tongues of his shoes would be. So this top part of his foot is where we want his body weight to be over. From here, upper body, we want to pull the shoulders down and back, and you want to think of showing your nipples to the wall. From here, we want to keep a nice neutral chin. Our spine stops at the base of our skull and goes all the way down to our tailbone. We want that to be a one straight line. We don't want that bending whatsoever. So as his body bends, folds any which way, his spinal alignment is going to stay in a straight line. So his chin may dip as his chest drops. From here, we're gonna get into the actual movement of the squat. So I want you to get back into locking your feet in the ground, tightening your glutes. The next thing we're gonna go over is bracing the core to keep a nice, stable, strong torso throughout the squat to hold the weight on his body without, putting any pressure on his spine. So from here, how we're gonna brace is I'm gonna have you take as big of a belly breath as you can, collect as much air as you can into your diaphragm. You're going to tighten, pull your belly button into your spine, make sure those glutes are squeezed, and exhale. So I want you to do that one more time. Big belly breath. Tighten the core, squeeze the glutes, pull the belly button in toward the spine. His body's staying in alignment during that. From here, we're gonna go ahead and put this into a squat. That's just getting you set up. So to start the motion of the squat, we're gonna have him line up. We have these little lines in between our gridding that's going to be even on each side. I'm gonna have you put your pinky on the inside of each one of those lines. As you get under the bar, you're going to tighten up your arms, back, pull your shoulders down, retract the scapula backwards, unrack the bar, and we're gonna go ahead and get set up. Take a 1 step back with each foot. We're gonna get that alignment, feet shoulder width apart, lock into the ground, squeeze the glutes, shoulders down and back. This is going to keep our upper back nice and tense. So from here, before we perform the squat, we're going to take that big inhale, brace the core, tighten the glutes before the motion starts. As we go into our squat, he's going to drive his hips down and back like he's sitting into a chair. And we're going to drop until our knees create a 90-degree angle, about right there. At the bottom, he's still bracing his core. He's going to relock those feet into the ground, tighten the glutes, and drive up. Exhale, perfect. So now a couple things that I'm looking for with this is we want to make sure our glutes and hamstrings keep the tension of the weight throughout the motion of the exercise. So as we go down, we're going to drive those hips back. You don't want your knees to come forward over the tongues of our shoes. transferring that weight back will put all the pressure in the glutes and hamstrings. Exhale and come back up. So going back through it just one more time. Relock those feet in the ground. Tighten the glutes. Set the hips. Shoulders down and back. Big inhale. Fill up that belly button. Pull the belly button toward your spine. Hips down and back. Pause at the bottom. Relock those feet. Exhale and drive up. Good. And return to that squeeze position. From here, you're just going to rack the bar. And
Ooh, you got me sweating, bro.
perfect.